Here at Elite FTS, and I want to talk to you today a little bit about programming success. What makes you have success on a particular program? We're not going to get into the specifics of what program that would be. So I think, first off, I'm not trying to be one of these people that's going to come along here and sometimes that you hear stuff nowadays like, all programs are the same if you just give the same effort and like the same mindset. Obviously, I don't think that's true. I think there are plenty of bad programs. Just go on, say on Amazon and look at a book from the late 90s or something. The person was, famous for 3 months because they did something bizarre and no one got results. So there's plenty of bad programs. However, we'll say there's a lot of really good ones. There's a lot of good ones too. And an okay one with, the right attack strategy is going to be better than a good one with a crappy strategy to go along with it. So number one, what's the most important thing to have success on a program? Okay, we need to go with the basis here. The program is coherent. It's like it's intelligent. It's at least semi-intelligently designed, and there's nothing, too crazy. Okay, number one would be adherence. Okay, how well do you adhere to the program? So for example, if you're on some kind of bodybuilding split and, you hit legs every Friday, but every Friday, every other Friday, they give you a half day at work. So, half the time you miss that. So it comes out you're missing 25% of your leg workouts because you only do it one day a week. That's going to be a problem. You're not adhering to the program because, anywhere you work, if you miss 25% of the days, you're going to get fired. So you got to view your training like that. So adherence is very important. So how do you get adherence? Adherence comes from the program being realistic and being, mentally stimulating, fun to a degree. Obviously, if you're training for the highest levels, sometimes it's not going to be the most fun and there's going to be some drudgery to it and stuff like that. But there's nothing wrong with a bit of some sort of novelty stimulus, keeping it fun, assuming it's not majorly compromising your results. Like me personally, I'm not training for a competition. So I say I'd rather have it be 90% as effective, but I really love what I'm doing versus like maybe optimizing everything, but it's not as much fun because I'm not getting ready for a competition. So I'll take the 90% benefit and the huge mental stimulation. So adherence comes from being realistic. So what does realistic mean today to you? Okay, well, let's just say you're a high school football coach, and right now we're in the midst of it. So you're working 7 days a week. You're watching film every night. You go to you stay out late on Fridays. The game's far away. You have to, maybe meet another coach. I guess I don't exchange game films anymore, but that kind of stuff where you're not sleeping right now and like right there. So you like to do like some twice a day, 50 cube program that gets like everything you do revolves around it would not be the best strategy for you right now. That's not realistic. But okay, let's say you get laid off, or let's say you don't have a job right now, and all of a sudden you play your luck at the liquor store, buy a lotto ticket, you win 50 million. You don't have to do anything else except train. Then like training twice a day would probably be a really good option if that's all you want to do. So you have to look at what's realistic. What's realistic for your situation, for how well you recovery, how much you're going to enjoy training, how much it's going to deteriorate on your body type, all those type of things. Okay. The next would be you think about results as a statistical trend. Okay, so there's a lot of people that are really gung-ho to get into powerlifting. It's like because it's an adrenaline sport. Like I think nowadays because people are on phones and everything's so safe and things like that, there's a lot of adrenaline junkies. So a good way to get a good way to fulfill that is like getting under heavy weights that if you miss it could really get you hurt. Obviously you're getting that kind of adrenaline rush right there. So I understand the type of personality this sport attracts a lot of the times, and I think that's great. However, you got to think of it. You can't just base all of your success off of one single workout because it's and if we're in a college class right now, they'd have statistics. So we look at the long-term trend of something. So your results from training are from that long-term trend. They're not from one single outlier workout because you think about it, usually people go crazy if they have a bad workout. Training cycle's over. It's all been for nothing, kind of blah, 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 blah. Okay, but that same person's probably not going to do that if they hit like a PR on bench or something. They're not like, I'm done training. I'm the best ever. I'm just going to walk away from this. So you have to look at things realistically, and results are results are statistical trend. Excuse me. Guess I drank too much coffee at Waffle House this morning. But so we want to balance enthusiasm with discipline and self-restraint and awareness. So we do want to be enthusiastic. I don't want you to lose that gung-ho personality, but you have to handle things with discipline and self-restraint. If you're supposed to go up to, you know, 405 for a double on bench, or you're supposed to go up to an RP 9 on squat or whatever it is, you need to stay true to this. It's like, it's not every time you go in there, it's, you know, you're trying to demonstrate strength. A lot of times you're trying to build strength. And like, you know, the Charlie Francis used to talk about with sprinting, like the difference between 90% and 100% was like light years apart. A lot of that's a powerlifting too, is like sometimes like that, you know, that single to RP 9, you can just walk outside right after and, you know, just go about your day. Where I've had squats at meets and things that, like, you know, I've busted every blood vessel in my face, and I feel like you know, in a semi-drunken stupor for 3 weeks after, because it was such a hard squat or deadlift. So you don't want to get to that point all the time in training, because it's going to wreck you. So we want to be realistic with the time frame to your goals and your schedule. Okay, so fun, you know, think about your program. Is this fun? Is this enjoyable? Is it something you can do long term? So we want to find a style that you like, that's individually suited to you. And there are some people that do better with like those Chico kind of programs and things like that, where it's more of like just doing the same thing over and over, a ton of submaximal volume, high frequency, because that fits their personality. It's a whole other conversation. But you need to find something that fits you and your lifestyle. And is this fun? Is this enjoyable and getting you the results you want? So if you adhere to the program, you know, make sure it's in line with your lifestyle, take care of your nutrition, your sleep, and things like that. But adhering to that program and making sure it's the right type for you is the number one, you know, is the best way.